everyone, my name is TJ Abraham. I am director of iLearn IAS Academy. Now, who in India does not aspire to be an IAS, IPS, IRS or an Indian Foreign Service officer? To get into these coveted services, we need to qualify Civil Services Examination. It is one of the most challenging examinations in the world. Today, we have with us Madhavikutty MS. Her rank is All India rank 171 in Civil Service Examination 2017. Congratulations, Madhavi. Madhavi, this is an examination everyone in India aspire for. But when students come for this examination, they have this doubt like, I'm from a rural background, will I be able to qualify it? Or like, I have not studied in an English medium, or like, my marks in degree was not good. So am I right to prepare for this examination? So what do you have to say to these students?
Unlike many of the examinations in India, I believe this is one platform where each and everybody can come and take. And irrespective of your background, whether you come from a rural or urban background, I believe this exam has a basic integrity of supporting everybody in a very uniform manner. I've seen in 2015 there was a boy who actually worked in Labasina as a hostel boy, and he cleared this examination within 200 ranks, and it was truly inspiring for me. And I believe this is one examination where it plays a more or less like a uniform field.
So knowledge is important, but equally important is discipline, our hard work, how systematic we can prepare for it, right?
Yes, the right attitude is definitely important, because this is one exam where it actually tests your patience as well as endurance. And because the entire cycle of the examination will last us for some 1 year, and we have no assurance whether we will clear it within the first attempt or not. So it takes a lot of your patience, and perseverance is very important. Consistency is important. You have to put all in your hard and smart work into it.
So as you said, like perseverance is the most important thing, right? So since this examination is stretching one complete year, so like you qualified this examination in the fourth attempt, right? So in the first attempt you did not qualify prelims, then you reached till the interview, then again you missed out in the prelims, right? Then this time you made it into IAS. So I think it comes somewhere around 4 to 5 years, right?
Yes, it actually lasted
So,
some 4 years.
So what kept you moving? What motivated you? Definitely there were ups and downs, definitely there were pressures from all quarters. What motivated you? And what is the message that you have to say to students who go through this endeavor?
See, the thing is in fact, it was a harrowing experience to a certain level, I would say. But then, at each and every level, I believe everybody must try to identify their own motivation. And most of my motivation came from people around me. I could see that most of the students who actually started writing the examination qualified into other services at one level or the other. So they started motivating me to work hard. I knew that after the first interview that I attempted back in 2016, I understood that I can make it at some time or the other. So that really kept me going.
So you knew that like you were able to clearly identify in each round where you went wrong, right?
Yes.
So next time when you did it, that motivated you.
Yes. One thing that I have to say is, in the initial 3 attempts that I have attempted, I did not even try to write a test series or something like that. And that is because there were so many misconceptions for me. And back then in 2014, when I came into Trivandrum, there were not many institutes in Trivandrum which could actually guide me. But then in 2015 and 16, iLearn came, and I started associating with this institute, and they really helped me in getting me through. They actually put me the right kind of perspective, so that I could bring out the best part of mine in all the 3 stages of this examination.
I think those students who are new to this preparation, it's actually take them a couple of months to understand what this process is, right? So let's try to give some support regarding how to prepare for this examination. So as you said, there are prelims, mains and interview, 3 stages. So what was your approach to prelims? Like we have both the static aspect as well as the dynamic aspect, that is the current affairs part.
Yes.
So let's start with how you prepared for the static parts. You went through the regular books, so what was your strategy?
See, for the thing, first of all, what we should understand is we should not separate our preparation between mains and prelims. More or less, they are like the same, and it's only the mains is only an extended part of it. Now, in prelims, there are two parts like you mentioned. There are static portions as well as the dynamic portions. In the static portions, I relied on mostly the standard textbooks that are available in the market, like Shrikanth for Body, Economics, Jungle Ganesh, etc. And for the dynamic part, I relied on the current affairs from my institute, iLearn, and as well as there were some other current affairs materials that were available in the market which I depended on.
So you used to read newspapers or you used to depend on institute compilations? What was your strategy?
The thing is, in the initial 1 or 2 year of our preparation, most of the students rigorously read the newspapers. But after 2 years, they lose that rigor to read the newspapers. But I think it is not at all a problem, because after those 2 years where you have actually built some base material of your own, a solid foundation of your own, you can start depending on the current affairs compilation, because you already know what is the background detail that is happening for a particular thing over there. So I depended on the current affairs material of iLearn after that.
So your suggestion is that, like, when you first come to the preparation, whatever may be the case, it's important that you need to read the newspaper to create the base.
Yes.
So once the base is done, then you can start relying on compilations.
Yes, definitely. Because the thing is, for example, I'll give you an example. If suppose a news comes about the climate change in today's newspaper, when a student tries to read the compilation, the only specific details on the climate change meeting will be mentioned over there, but he will be totally unaware of what has been going on since the past few years. But when you read the newspaper, you actually read that continuity.
Mm-hmm.
What is the story behind it? So I believe that continuity is very important to build up the solid base.
Then, like, when it comes to prelims test series, when it comes to prelims preparation, how important is taking test?
For the prelims preparation.
For the prelims preparation.
For the prelims preparation, what ultimately matters is the day that you perform. So, in order to perform on that day, you can actually seek the help of some simulated environments. And in fact, prelims test series act as the simulated environment, where you sit in a classroom and you attempt 100 questions within 2 hours. You find the optimum number of attempts which can fetch you the highest number of marks. So that can be found out only by approaching a proper test series of your own. So I believe prelims test series is very helpful in that manner, and iLearn has definitely helped me in that.
No, one issue when it comes to new aspirants is that how to make quality notes. So what was your approach to making notes? Like, how did you prepare notes, or like what were you doing in that aspect?
Actually, back in 2014 when I started preparing, my husband and me started preparing together. And what we did is we both started a mutual account of Evernote, and we started updating notes into Evernote and started keeping it in a very systematic manner. The thing is, we arranged the entire syllabus into various modules, and within various modules we started several subsections, and within subsections we started different notes. This actually brought about a particular structure of the entire syllabus on our mind and kept us rooted to the syllabus within the syllabus. It is very important that a person who is attempting this examination is totally aware what he is doing and what he has to study and what he has not to study. I think Evernote in that manner has definitely helped me.
So you use the Evernote online platform to create notes.
Yes.
And I always remember you saying that whatever current affairs that comes in the newspaper, you and Krishnaraj always uses to map it to the syllabus, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's how you prepare the notes.
Yes, because most students actually make the mistake, like they read the newspaper without grasping from which portion a possible question can come. But it is very important for a student that the syllabus is by hearted at the first go itself, so that when a particular incident happens, he has to actually tag it with what part of the question paper can it come. It is very important to keep doing your preparation process.
And like, how was your preparation when it comes to mains answer writing? Like, how did you practice? What was your approach? Like, it's you regularly stated that unless you write the answer, you'll not be able to master the mains paper.
Yes.
So what was your approach to mains, and how did you work over that?
I think I can give you that by my example itself. Because in the first interview that when I went to Delhi, when the mark list came, I had some 330 marks in GS. 330 marks in GS was very dismal. It won't take me anywhere. At that attempt, the reason why I went to interview was solely because of my optional marks. But then this year, the 330 marks had climbed up to 420. The only reason why this had become to 420 was because I attempted a test series. So test series can definitely take you to a higher heap of marks. That's because you'll get proper inputs from very experienced teachers, and at the same time you'll understand how to manage the hectic question paper within a span of some 3 hours. That is very important. And I believe the main test series that I wrote at iLearn was very helpful in that aspect.
Um, One thing that I want to ask is that, like, there are a large number of students who are listening to this. Uh, what is one thing that motivated you into this particular field, civil service? I know that the career is extremely rewarding, but there is a mountain that you need to climb to reach there.
Yes.
So, what motivated you into the service?
Um, One thing that actually inspired me to come into the service is, in fact, my mother itself. She's in government service, and her department is being headed by IAS officers. And she used to tell me stories of how each and every IAS officer who used to come as the commissioner of Food Safety Act, in taking decisions, bringing about change, etc. So that really inspired me. And she was one person who actually took a lot of initiative to bring out the women power in her. I have seen her braving all odds to come together, to come and create the best possible work that she can. And at the same time, I still remember back in 2013 when Dr. Albie John cleared this examination with the full rank. There was an interview of him in the TV, and it actually captured my attention. He actually told the media that he doesn't intend to bring about very big changes in the system, but then he knows that he actually can bring small changes into the system that can in turn bring about a larger impact. I believe I was truly inspired by that little fact that he told.
When it comes to preparing for civil service examination, considering the scale of this examination and how much you study, how important is a coaching support as well as a mentorship support? And in your case, where did you get that?
The thing is, I've already told you in the first 3 attempts, I did not have much of the coaching support or the mentorship support from any institute. But then that was something that was a mistake from my part. It was actually my 4th attempt that I tried to seek the help of some institute, and I came to iLearn for that. And it actually keeps you rooted. It keeps you rooted to what is needed for this examination. And otherwise, what happens is there are a number of chances that you may go disoriented, you may go away from the syllabus. You can even while writing the mains answers, you may go out of the track, and that may not even fetch you enough marks that can take you to higher leaps in this examination. I believe a coaching institute in that sense can act as a guide as well as a mentor.
So, like, do you have any particular mentors who supported you or who helped you in this process?
When I attended the mains test series the last year, in fact, iLearn actually conducted a quality enhancement program. What they actually did is they divided the entire people who were writing the mains test series into different groups, and I had a peer group of my own where 4 or 5 students used to sit together. 4 or 5 of us used to sit together and study a question, and we were guided by Nikhil sir. And what we did is we used to sit together and discuss all the important topics, take up ethics case studies, or even take up Niti Aayog 3-year action agenda, and discuss what are the suggestions that we can put in our answer sheet. And In fact, it was very helpful that out of some 6 students which we used to sit, almost 3 of us has cleared this examination. That
I
was
think
very
you'll get different perspectives, right, when you
Yes.
sit as a group.
Yes, definitely, because all 6 of us belong to different optionals, and we had different ideas coming out with regard to a particular question. That was really helpful.
Last one, like regarding the last stage, like it's the personality test or the interview stage, right? What was your preparation regarding that
My preparation was mostly oriented on taking the mock test.
mock test?
I relied on the mock test a lot, and I tried to take the video output of all those mock tests that I have been attending, and I tried to correct myself with regard to it. I also took the inputs from various the interviewees over there who took the initiative to give me productive feedback.
So your strategy, you try to attend maximum number of mock tests, right? Okay, all the best, Madhavi. Like we have a power couple here, a husband, Krishnadar. He's currently an IPS officer in Tamil Nadu, Kerala. So all the best, Madhavi. All the best to you. Hope the small changes and the big changes that you make have profound impact on the society. Thank you very much.